Hey everyone, today I'm going to be planning for the week of May 13th through the 19th. This was a week that I watched Sherlock Holmes, so I wanted to use a kind of detective themed kit. There were not too many to choose from. I did a search on Etsy and I think a couple came up, but this was probably the only one I really liked, or maybe one out of two that I liked. This was from Charlotte's Paper. I'm not sure if it's Charlotte's Paper Co. or just Charlotte's Paper, but I will link it in the description as usual. The thing is, you may remember if you've watched a recent haul of mine. I don't actually know if it's a haul that's gone up yet though, so maybe you don't, depending on when you see this. But I did accidentally purchase this kit in the big Happy Planner size, which was a huge whoopsie because it is way too big to fit this. I thought I was purchasing it in the normal Happy Planner size, which could be easily adaptable to Erin Condren, but I don't think that was an option. I think that was like the only size that this kit came with or something like that. And I didn't realize it would be quite this big. So that's why it is already put down, because I didn't really want to have the pressure of the camera while I was trying to make this work, because it involved a lot of cutting. Just cutting the stickers down. Like almost all of these were cut down. So thankfully I still managed to make it work, and I'm really proud of how I did that. The full boxes, I decided it would be easier for me to put them all at the bottom because the washi strip was really just this big, and I wanted to be able to keep most of the length of the full boxes, or I guess the height, by moving them a little bit into the bottom washi area to kind of make up for where the rest of it would be. And I did manage that. I did have to cut a lot of them widthwise, so I kind of did that strategically based on what would still look okay if I cut out some of it. Like that one I couldn't really cut out very much, but a lot of them, didn't really suffer for being cut out a lot. So I did kind of make that work. The weekend banner is of course humongous, and I did keep that normal size. It still works. And then the sidebar, these stickers fit almost perfectly. I did have to cut off the very edge here, but it's not terribly noticeable. And then this, I thought it was really cool what I did here. So I took the extra strips that I had trimmed off the sides of the full boxes, and I just put them next to each other to create an extra box up here, because there wasn't a 9th full box, or I guess an 8th full box. And then I used one of the half boxes from the kit just to create an extra space for writing in there. And then I interspersed the extra half boxes throughout here, which would make, good full boxes that you could still write on. I just wanted to use them, honestly. And then for these extra, like the real half boxes from the kit, they were also half boxes. They're probably the same size as that, but I just actually wanted to use them as half boxes. I did cut those, I did cut a chunk out of those so that they would fit properly, and it's kind of noticeable, especially in this one, but not terribly noticeable. I think I did a pretty good job despite doing it pretty fast. And the date covers, I did chop off some of the right-hand side. Thankfully, it still left enough space to put the date dot on most of them. Some of them, like that one, didn't really have a ton of room, but oh well. I covered up that flag using the edge of this date cover, and I just left that one because it kind of matched the colors of the kit. And that is kind of how also the glitter headers, I really like how they're thin, so I can get more writing space out of that. And for the extra bit that I chopped off of the width, I used that over here and over here to create a bigger sort of glitter header for the full boxes that I accidentally cut too much off of height-wise. So yeah, this was like very much a kit that I had to be very crafty with and creative in getting it to work. But I'm glad I did, because it still looks really good, and I'm glad I got to use this kit in my planner, because again, there's not very many detective kits out there, and I really wanted to mark it. Although I think it's really funny that I decided to mark this week as a Sherlock Holmes week instead of an Alice in Wonderland week, because I watched both of Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland movies this week the second one for the very first time, and for some reason I completely just didn't realize that at all when I went back to decide what theme this week would be. Thankfully, I will definitely be watching them again at some point in the future, and I have plenty of Alice in Wonderland kits to mark that, whereas I don't know how often I'm going to be rewatching Sherlock Holmes, so... But then again, I also am going to watch the Sherlock, show. I have to finish that. But I think there was one other detective kit that I picked out that I liked, so I may use that for that. But anyway, it's going to work out. I rewatch things a lot, so that is what I chose to do here. And when I say the Sherlock Holmes movies, I mean the ones with Robert Downey Jr. Those are so good. I know not everybody loves those, but they're like some of my favorite movies. Like, that is my aesthetic. Like, we found it. That's it. That and like Pirates of the Caribbean have the same kind of dark aesthetic that I love. So I'm a super fan of those. Alright, so because I am not going to do any of the layout on camera sped up with music as I would usually do, I am going to take that extra time, although I probably already used all of it up just explaining how I did the spread. I am just going to go ahead and keep this as a live kind of talk through instead of a voiceover, because honestly, with the style that I do where I already have the stickers picked out beforehand, it doesn't really save a ton of time to just do a voiceover, so I kind of want to do it now. That way I can just upload it really easy, like no editing and exporting twice and that whole issue. So we're going to just do it that way, especially because I have all these stickers set out, so it's like, and I'm not going to use any of the any labels or anything, so this is just going to be it, so it's going to be really easy. So we're going to zoom in and get into the day by day. The first half of this week is like really empty generally, but then it gets busier. So for Monday, we're going to start with 4 things at the top, one of which is work. So I was bookkeeping, so I'm going to mark that with a calculator from the Whimsical Cat Studio. There were many donuts available up for grabs at work, so I'm using a Sweet Ava's Paper, a little stack of donuts sticker there, and you will see me eating them throughout the rest of the week. I didn't eat them all at once. Thank God I was learning that it's not good to do that, although it took me until many months after this before I finally decided to do something about it. It was also literally like the hottest day ever, so I'm using this very appropriate hottest day ever sticker from Van City Stickers. I'm pretty sure it's Van City Stickers. I always mix up Van City and Van Sticky, but pretty sure this one's Van City. So that is a recent sticker I got, and I would not have been able to use that sticker if I had actually planned this week right after it happened instead of many months ago. So that's the huge advantage of back planning for like 4 months ago, because you can do this sort of stuff. So that's to mark that, and then I also biked to work, which I wasn't doing too much, and I kind of stopped doing since, but it was rare enough that I could mark it in my planner, no issue. So I'm using a Fox and Cactus Girl biking for that. I think that's the Tulip Girl. It's so hard to keep all the names straight of all the individual skin color girls from all the shops. So that's that. Here, I got groceries. I'm going to use an icon from the kit. Yeah, I'm going to use it right there to mark getting groceries when I came from work, and it was, oh yeah, before I do that, I also picked up a prescription from CVS, so I am going to kind of layer that over that, and I'm gonna have to write like groceries and CVS really tiny in there. Anyway, I also worked more on my editing project. I don't remember which project it was. It was probably a book though, considering how long I worked on it. Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was a book that I had to do, and it was a really, really nice project. So yeah, you're gonna see that a lot this week too. So I'm using a pen. I think that's from a Happy Day sampler. It might be like a highlighter or something, but I don't know. It looks enough like a pen to me. And it did cut into the paper, so just kind of ignore that. I used my slice tool, and I learned from that mistake, and I didn't use it on all the others. But yeah, so this half box is being reserved for the very big news that my cousin Jamie is pregnant. I went to her wedding, I don't know, was it last year? It could very well have been last year or a couple years ago. It was sometime recently. But yeah, that was one of the first weddings I ever really went to, so it was really exciting. And she's technically my dad's cousin, but she's still pretty young, so she's, I want to say, less than a decade older than me. Like, I don't know, 28, 30. I think she's like around 30. But yeah, so it was really big news that she's pregnant. We're not close at all. Like, we pretty much never talk, like not even at family functions, but I guess I still like her from afar, and I'm really excited that she's pregnant. So hopefully I will eventually get to meet the baby. We'll see. So that is a Coffee Monsters Co. sticker to mark that from my pregnancy sheet that I got. I don't even know why I got it. Probably for occasions like that, or just like to hoard or something. I don't know. All right, so that's Monday. Going into Tuesday. Very empty day. Pretty much nothing went on. So let's see what I want to do. All right, so I got 2 giant stickers to use, so I'm going to put those in first so I can work everything else in around that. So I was so tired, so I'm going to use that right here, just because I don't really need to write in anything around that. And then there were donuts, or I had a donut, I guess. So I'm going to use this Fox and Pip. I almost said Fox and Cactus. Too many Fox shops. Fox and Pip donut sticker to mark that, because those are really enormous. So it's rare that I get to use those. And then I had work, so I can use this really tiny work munchkin from Once More with Love and just write work really tiny right there. And I can use up all my big stickers, and I really like being able to do that. So that's Tuesday morning. In the second half of Tuesday, I'm using smaller stickers again. So I worked more on my editing project. So there's a pen marking that. Don't remember which shop that's from. It was from a sampler, I know that. I called my mom, so I'm using a Fox and Cactus girl to mark that. And then I also really banged up my finger on a till at work that day. So I'm using a little Band-Aid emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. And it took a while for that to heal, so it was like kind of a big injury and very unpleasant. So that's why I'm marking it in my planner. Also, I really like using that injury sheet because like I don't get injured that much, so when else am I going to use it? Going into Wednesday was also, well, not also, it was a busier day than the day before, so I'm marking work with a Whimsical Cat Studio girl. That's the like accounting type sheet. And how do I want to order these? I had a burrito for lunch that day, so I'm using the Happy Day sheet. I don't know if those are necessarily burritos or wraps or what. I think they are burritos though, so I am using that to mark that. I got Starbucks, so I'm using this icon from the kit. Although it probably wasn't a hot drink, it was probably a cold drink given the time of year. And then it was raining that day. Oh God, I missed the rain. It's been so many months since it has rained, so I'm super duper missing it. I love the rain and I hate it when it's too sunny, so I don't remember which sheet that is from either, but that is a raining sticker. That was also from a sampler that I got recently. Alright, so second half of Wednesday I did more editing, so I'm using this pen sticker. I have so many of these, I don't know which sheet they are from because I take them off the samplers and I put them on a mixed sheet with other stickers from other pen stickers from other shops, and I do that with like all of my samplers, so I don't really tend to remember individual stickers unless they're in a really unique design that I remember the shop name of. So this half box is marking the Sherlock Holmes movie that I watched. For some reason I only watched Sherlock Holmes 2 instead of the first one. I was like craving the second one, I guess. So I just watched that, which is another reason I'm like, why am I making this a Sherlock Holmes week if I didn't even watch both of them, if I just watched the second one? That's so weird, but that's what I did. So that's a Little Star Plans little Niku the cat sticker to mark that. That's a detective sticker, by the way, so very appropriate. And then I had tea and donut while I watched the movie, so I'm using my little Starbucks and donut sticker from Papershire to mark that. Such an appropriate sticker, although I wish it was like a mug of tea instead of just a Starbucks, because that's what I had. I had a cup of tea, but it's good enough. It's as close as I could get without just putting two random stickers together. All right, so Thursday I got to sleep in, so I'm using a sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. to mark that. I printed some new inserts for my daily planner, which is these inserts from Designing Printables, and that's an Uncommon Plans sticker to mark that. Okay, so I had work. I'm pretty sure because I got to sleep in that I was working later as a cashier, but I didn't really think about that when I took out my stickers, so I am using a bookkeeping sticker to mark that, but y'all know what I mean. So that's another Once More with Love Munchkin. And then I took notes, work notes, that day also. So I'm using a little work laptop left over from some kind of kit, probably like Bling Bling Planner or something, some printable kit. Although it's really white and you can't see it. I did kind of use this spread as like a throwaway spread because, it's not going to be a perfect spread anyway, given how badly I misjudged the sizing of the kit. So I kind of thought, okay, I have more freedom to just kind of use up stickers that I wouldn't necessarily want in a better spread. So like leftovers, you're going to see a lot of those. So also, I got groceries that day before coming home from work, so I'm using a Candy Bee Designs, I think that's what her shop is named, sticker for that. I also worked on my editing project, so I'm using a Sweet Avis paper, little Snowball the cat holding a pen for that, and then I also got Happy Mail from Once More with Love, so I'm using an icon from the kit and the Once More with Love logo sticker for that. Okay, so going into Friday. Let's see, it was another busy day. I had to cut some things out of this day, so it's not a perfect representation of what happened, but that's just what you gotta do for planning. So I washed my hair, kind of going out of order. So I washed my hair, so I'm gonna put that down here with the Scribbler from Scribbler Prints Co., which I heard that she's discontinuing. It's kind of sad. We like those. They're probably just not selling too well. So that's marking that. The glare kind of makes it hard to see that. And then I'm using this laptop sticker left over from a kit to mark that I watched a webinar that day. Don't remember what it was about, but I did. And then I finished editing the book that I was editing, so I'm using Whimsical Cat Studio, Girl Holding a Pen, to mark that. And also I found a random $1,000 just sitting in a bank account that I thought was empty. So that was a huge, very nice surprise. So I'm putting a $sign icon from the kit to mark that. I did put most of that into my emergency fund, so good for me. All right, so the upper part of Friday, I don't know why I was about to unfold my planner. So here we're gonna mark that I filmed part of a haul that day, so that's a Munchkin from Once More with Love to mark that. I watched the first Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland movie, so I'm using a Jalen Paper Co. Alice sticker to mark that. One of the very few Alice in Wonderland stickers I currently have, which is a travesty, and I really need to get them from, I think, the Coffee Monsters Co. I think she's probably one of the only other people who has them, which is sad. And Marg from Once More with Love, you better get on that, girl, because you're doing all the other Disney stuff. I want to see more Alice. And then I'm using another Tea and Donuts sticker from Papershire to mark that I had tea and donuts when I watched that movie as well. All right, going into Saturday, I did the other backwards arrangement there. So I'm gonna start by putting down this planner sticker left over from a kit. I want to say that's like pink pixel, is it prints or something? Or graphics, pink pixel graphics, I think. It's from one of our freebie kits, I believe. To mark that I did some pre-planning for the plan with me that I filmed, which I'm also going to mark right now with a Coffee Monsters Co. emoji. And then the half box is marking the second Alice in Wonderland movie that I watched, and that is mostly focused on Arasabeth, the Red Queen, so I'm using the Queen of Hearts sticker here, even though they are kind of two different characters if you read the books. But I'm also placing the stickers strategically, so you can't necessarily notice that I had to cut those stickers to make them fit, so I'm very clever about that. The lower part of Saturday, so I went ahead and mended all of my socks that had holes in them. So I'm using this little sewing thread sticker from Some Little Things to mark that. That was before I just decided, you know, I'm going to stop being cheap, and I threw out all the ones that had holes in them or were mended, and then just bought a whole set of new ones. So that's where I'm at now with all my new ones. I baked cookies, so I'm using a little paper panda, little panda sticker to mark that. The cookies that I made, they were probably just like, I bought a tub of cookie dough and I just cooked it. I probably did not make them from scratch. Then I washed my makeup brushes, so I'm using this brush sticker left over from a previous kit. And let's see what else. Okay, so lastly, I edited a haul, so I'm using that munchkin from Once More Love to mark that. I also had popcorn while I watched the movie, and I was going to use this sticker from the kit, but I was probably going to layer it behind the Queen of Hearts, but I don't think that's going to be really possible anymore. But I want to use it, so I'm going to stick it there. That's fine. Alright, so for Sunday, the last day, it's another busy day. So I had work, and I also had a customer who was very angry with me, so I kind of enjoy that because then I get to use these stickers from the Coffee Monsters Co. That's from the retail sheet to mark that. It's kind of a bright side to that happening. And there was a thunderstorm that day. Again, I miss those days. So I'm using a Shine Sticker Studio thunderstorm sticker to mark that from the newest weather sheet that I got. I'm really glad I got that sheet recently because I would not have had any other thunderstorm stickers to mark that with before that. So I had coffee that day. I was really hyped up on coffee. I don't remember where that sticker's from. That's to mark that. And I was so hyped up to the point where I got a stomach ache because coffee does not agree with my stomach. So I'm using this girl from Musical Cat Studio to mark that. I have an awful lot of cramp stickers, but I don't get cramps because I don't really, probably TMI, but I'm on the pill, so I don't really get periods. So I don't really have an occasion to use those except for all the stomach aches I get from drinking coffee. So there. That's what I will use them for. Alrighty, so that's the upper part, and then lower part of Sunday. I got groceries, so I'm using this grocery icon left over from another kit. I uploaded the haul that I had edited on the previous day because my hauls usually go up on Sundays. I did an Instagram post for that haul. Just using a Shine Sticker Studio girl to mark that. And then I did some budgeting, so I'm using a sort bill sticker from Happy Day to mark that. And that marks the completion of this spread. It's going to be hard to get this all on camera because I'm still working on the angle, but that is what it looks like as a whole. Still really pleased with it, with how I managed to make it work despite the size. And I like all the new stickers and the old stickers that I got to use. In this box today, I'm probably going to put Jamie's pregnancy because that's probably the biggest thing that happened this week. And yeah, so you'll see the completed spread with all the writing in a minute. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, and share as usual, that would be amazing. And I will see you in my next video. Ciao!